Hi guys, I just thought I'd do an update video. I've got little Manny, my little Rizabi. Just thought I'd give him a bit of a treat, baby food. He doesn't rely on it as much now because he's thriving. So, yeah, we just like a little bit every now and again. So, yeah, you can see his eyes are a bit drippy, but there's nothing we can do about that. So I'll bathe that again after. Look at him go at this, he loves it. Yeah, so the news is about Matilda and one of my cats, Deesia. Now, sad news is about Matilda. She's now got cancer on top of the heart failure. You've got all these tumours. She's got a big, gigantic arm. So she's back off at vets on Thursday morning. She's just not coming out of her house. She's just nothing in her at all. No life in her. So I don't know if the vet's going to put her to sleep or not. I think she will. Because we've come to the end of the road now. I mean, the fuse always lasted her 2 months. So I've managed to get extra 2 months out of her. But it's just so sad because I just absolutely hate making that decision. So I've had to adjust all the cage for the past few weeks to make it into like a nursing cage, so she's not got any levels. Just so that she's doesn't have to use all her strength to go up and down ladders and stuff. So I'll let you know what the vet decides, but I think by looking at her, I think, because she's walking hunchback now, and it's just, it's the final stages, so it's just so sad. But because she's going to be 2 at the end of, on the 28th of August as well. She's not going to make a second birthday. But I'll have to see what happens. I know there's nothing else we can do. Especially now that she's got big gigantic arm, which has just swelled up from nowhere. She's got lumps under her arm, she's got a lump on her head. It's just not good. So, yeah, she's booked in for Thursday morning. And my cat, Deesia, 2 weeks ago, I was absolutely horrified because I was doing a medical exam on her, the health check, and all her jaw was rock hard and blood coming out of her mouth. And it was awful, the awful smell as well. The smell was something that I can't describe. So, hello. So I took her to the vets straight away, and the vet gave her antibiotics, and she says we'll see if it's an abscess. If the lump doesn't go down, then we assume that it's something more suspect. But it wasn't my own vet. I had to see the emergency one. So, yeah. So anyway, she was on the antibiotics for that for a couple of days, and then I made an appointment with my own vet, and because it hadn't gone down, and she was given a 10-day course, so she was still on them. But this was just like a follow up, really, after 5 days on it. And my vet knew straight away. She said, "Oh yes, she definitely had an abscess," and but this. She said I could do x-rays and stuff like that, but she says I know what it is just by the feel of the jaw, and she said it's cancer. So my cat's got cancer. She's got squamous cell carcinoma, which I'll do a video on once I've got all the facts together. But it's very progressive because she said her tongue is all swollen as well. So, which is really bad because, as you know, I always take my cats for regular health checks, and Deezy were booked in to have a dental clean-up and scale and polish. And it wasn't there then when she checked her, because she said, "Oh, that's fine." She just, when she did a dental check, we just need to book her in for a dental clean-up. Then all of a sudden, it's just come from nowhere. So I said to her a couple of weeks ago, I said, "Well, is it worth doing the dental clean-up now?" She goes, "No," she won't touch it now. She goes, "There's no point because we'll just have to keep treating her for the abscesses and stuff because it'll just be too stressful, and it could just make the cancer worse. So she's put her on painkillers, that's all we can do. Because she said we could remove the jaw, but she said I wouldn't put any cat through that. She said the life on her, there'll be no quality of life because she'll be on soft food because she won't be able to eat proper because her tongue will be hanging out. And I said, stop right there, no. I said, I wouldn't put her through that. I don't want her jaw removed. So we basically just, she's on painkillers now. And then antibiotics she'll be on if the abscess comes back. But I think it has come back. That's why she's booked in on Thursday as well. So both her and Matilda's going to vets on Thursday. So I think she'll end up on antibiotics again, my cat. Just to get rid of the smell, because the smell is, I can't describe the smell coming out of her mouth. It's just so putrid. But, so yeah, it's bad enough having one very terminally sick animal, but having two. I mean, at the moment, Deezia's finding herself. She's eating soft food because she doesn't like the biscuits anymore because I have to mush them in warm water because I think they're hurting her jaw. So she's on the mushy food now. I'll mush up her biscuits in warm water and she seems to like that. Just to take the pressure off her bad jaw. But apart from that, you wouldn't notice she had cancer because she's still playing, she's eating and drinking, providing as long as it's soft food, of course. And she does attempt to eat biscuits every night because I do leave the biscuits down in the bowl for her. So if she wants a bit of an hard nibble, she can have a bit. But apart from that, she's just an ordinary cat. The only time you notice is if you go near her and you look on at her mouth, you can see her jaw is really, really swelled. It's rock hard because it's actually on the bone. It's spread into the bone on her jaw. So it's come from nowhere. It's just so progressive because I do health checks on my cats and hamsters every week, and it's just something I do with the cats as well. I clip the nails if needed every Sunday. Well, usually weekend. I usually do Deezer and Older because his sister's on a Saturday, and then Rebecca is saying on a Sunday. So yeah. So I just couldn't believe it. So I just don't know what to do. So I'm just going. We don't know how long Deezy's got left, to be honest. But at the moment she's doing okay. She's on painkillers if needed. She gets them every day, whether she needs it or not, but she's on, what's it called, Meloxide, which is an inflammatory as well. So, yeah. So that's the updates for now, guys. I know it's not good news, so I'll let you know on Thursday how they both got on. Now, Deesia is only going to get her to check her jaw, just to check the progress, see if anything's progressed or if it's gone worse or if it's spread anywhere else into her lymph glands or something like that. So she's just basically just going for a checkup and to get some more painkillers and possibly antibiotics if that abscess has come back because the smell, I suspect it is because the smell's really, really bad in her mouth. But with Matilda, I just can't. I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. I can't say because she's in such a state. She's really, really in such a state. She's painfully thin, which is really sad. And her arm is like a gigantic balloon. Her other arm's got little lumps coming on it. And the poor little mite. So I'm going to see what the vet says. But I think it is kind of, I don't want to, but you got to do what's best for the animal. I mean, you got to do what's best for them, and obviously I will take advice off the vet if she thinks, yeah, let's end it, then I will. But personally, I don't want to, but you got to. I mean, especially when you see them in that state, and. Yeah, because I've done everything for her. Even my vet said, she says, you've done everything for her. She says, you couldn't have done much more. So, at least I managed to save her for an extra 2 months just by giving her Fusel. So, what the vet gave me. So, her he seemed to be responding to that, but it's just these lumps. So she's not feeling well, so I'll have to see what she says. But anyway, guys, as well as that, now for the bit of the lighter note, I have gonna have an haul coming up soon, and gonna get some new stuff for the new hamster. So there'll be an haul coming up soon because I'm gonna change the diet completely with the new hamster, and also something I found out about the selective science pellets. I've completely thrown them away. I've took my hamsters off them because what I've seen I don't like. So I'll do a separate video on that. So that'll be coming up. I'll do a video on squamous cell carcinoma. I'm also going to do a video on heart failure in hamsters. So they're on my priority list. And also that's coming up. So that's coming up very soon. So yeah, and then when I get my new hamster, I'll be introducing you to him or her and do a vlog, and because I've not done a vlog, and taming videos, so all that's coming up, guys. But please give me time to grieve over Matilda. I mean, if Matilda gets put to sleep on Thursday, I won't be getting an hamster Friday or even Saturday. I will, give me time. It could be a few days, it could be a few weeks, but if you've got these other videos to come up, and we've always got little Doody. He's looking so old, but he's just so cute. He's my darling, aren't you? So, bye for now, guys. Bye.